Hi everybody, it's Kit with Paperkitz, and I am back for a couple of quickies. We have been in the process of moving, and during that process I also had to have a basal cell removed from the side of my nose, which I'm just telling everybody I had a nose job. I had this big old honking bandage on that was just too funny. Everything went fine though, and then we had to go to Pensacola, didn't have to, wanted to our grandson's baptism and birthday party, and then came back, and now we're trying to finish moving. And I have to laugh myself to sleep every night, because when we decided to do this, it seemed so organized, and it just sounded like it was going to be so easy, because we wanted to move closer to the grandbabies, so we got a house near downtown Orlando on one of their small streets that are brick. And we thought, you know, the moving van's just going to create chaos over there, so we'll just move one room at a time. My husband has a trailer. Of course, all men are issued a trailer at birth. That's part of their heritage. So we thought, okay, we'll just do this one room at a time, take our time, get it all set up. Well, right. Things got broke. I still can't find things. My studio is a mess. In fact, I think I might put a picture of it on my blog, because it's terrible. Then I can do a before and after, just to see if there's any difference. Maybe not. So anyway, I had started some Halloween projects, because it is October, and Halloween's a big day at our house, because my husband's birthday is on Halloween. Yes, I married a warlock, what can I say? And so we always kind of make a big deal out of Halloween around here. And plus it's just fun. So I'd started some projects before the move, and I have just now unpacked some of the prototypes I made. So I'm going to try and get through these real quick, and hopefully can locate all the supplies, at least to show you how to do it. And so you can get going on some of them if you want to do it. The first one I'm going to show you is a modified Gatefold mini album. This is made with one sheet of 12 by 12, by the way. This is another one of our one sheet projects. And when I do it this time, I'm going to do it a little different, because now this one I've decorated somewhat. I made a little flower out of bats, and have a Wicked Halloween. That's a Stampin' Up stamp there in the middle. But I'm going to do a little bit different, because this fold just isn't right to me. My son-in-law likes it. He's a lefty. I think this is more for, to me, the big one should be on this side. I don't know. That's just the way I feel. So I had directionals I had to follow on this one, because of, well, let me get some of this out of here so you can see. I've got probably most of the directionals covered up. But anyway, due to the directionals, I had to stick with the original fold. So I'm going to try to do it a little bit different this time. Or if you like the larger flap opening from the left, that's fine too. It doesn't really matter. It just feels a little awkward to me. But that's just because I'm strange. So anyway, I was going to show you, now again, I've decorated this one. We're just going to make the basic album today. And what you can do with this one is it has several small flaps in it that can be used one of two ways, and then you've got a large flap here in the back. And you also have a larger flap on the cover here. And you could put a picture on the front too. I just did, using black and pumpkin pie cardstock from Stampin' Up, I just did some mats, and again, tried to make a flower out of my spider web punch and my bat punch, and I think it came out kind of cute. So, what we're going to do is set this up so that these pages here can be used one of two ways. And I didn't count how many photos this would hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 if you want to use the cover. So it holds quite a few photos, but my plan is that I can either cut down my photos to fit right in these little photo mats here. And these are from Halloween last year, so I don't have my Halloween pictures this year because it's not Halloween yet. Hello. You can cut your photos down and just mat them in the smaller size. I think it's like 2 by 3, something like that. I forget what I cut that one. Or what I like to do is just make the pictures the pages too, using these flaps as anchors. So you can attach your photos this way and not even put mats on them, and just use them as the pages in your photo album. Or again, you can cut them down. Or I'm thinking too, I've got a ton of little die cuts and little cutouts that I might put on like every other page, and then do a big photo back to back, so that there's some variety in here. So, and I apologize for my Lauren Bacall voice, but again, my sinuses are at it. We've got a little bit cooler weather here and haven't had much rain, so we've got, I guess it's oak pollen flying all over the place, so I'll try not to blow my nose during this. But let me show you how to make this, and then I've got 2 more projects to get to today if we can get them done. So let's get going on this. First thing you want to do is take your paper, and I'm using a Stampin' Up! Halloween paper because I think it's really cute. It's got pumpkins all over it. It's not quite as scary as that other one. It's got little ghosts and spider webs on the other side. So the first thing we're going to do, if I remember how to do this, is we're going to cut 4-inch section off the top. And the directionals I've got going to the left this time for this cut. So I want to cut a 4 by 12 piece. And then out of this piece, excuse me, I'm going to cut 2 inches off the end of it. Here we go. Whenever I start talking. So now we are left with a, wrong corner, a 10 by 8. Okay? And we're going to take this 10 by 8 and put it in our scoreboard before we cut it. And I'm going to do scores at 2.5, no, wait a minute, 2 and 2 1/4. Let me check. I need to check. No, 2.5, because we're going to go for it. We're going to score at 2.5. Nope, I don't think that's correct. It doesn't feel right. Yeah, it is right. Okay. 2.5. Excuse me. And then we're going to come down here and score at 7.5. Let's try that and see if it comes out right. Okay. Now while we have our scoreboard out, let's get this first piece back out. And this is where I have to do my due diligence just to make sure. I want this on the outside, and I want this to be the longer flap. Right? Right. So I'm going to put my paper upside down. No, I want the outside facing up, but I want my directionals upside down. And now I'm going to score at 3.75 and 4. Excuse me. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to score at 9 1/4. And then 9 1/2. Did I do it right? Yes, yes, yes. Now I've got my long fold folding over to the right. Okay, so we got that scoring done. The only other thing I'm going to do right now is take my cutting board back, and this larger piece that we scored, I'm going to cut it off at 5, I'm just going to do a cut line at 5 with your longer piece at the top of your cutting board. And then each of these pieces I'm going to cut in half, which is going to be 4. We're going to cut them at 4. Okay. It's been a while since I made this, so I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? But I think we got it. 4 1/4. Okay. Cutting board away. Now what we've got here are our little inside pages. So let's just fold all those in half on the score lines. Little pumpkin faces. Okay, and this one we're going to fold up on our score lines also, and we're going to create little spine edges on here. Those 1/4 inch fold marks we made. Going to just give us a little breathing space and a place where we're going to wrap our spine. And now's the time too, if you want to ink your edges, I would do it now. It would be the easiest now. Creating our little spines. And that just gives us some space inside the book to breathe. We all need to breathe. So there we go. And you can see now by doing it the way I did, I've got the flap opening from right to left, which feels more natural to me. Whereas this one, I have it opening left to right, simply because I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, that's kids' problem. Okay, so what we're going to do now is insert these inside here. And I've got a real quick method for doing that. I just use crochet thread. And let me give you a little hint here. Where's my tape? On your spines, we're going to wrap thread around this spine area. And what I do, I get some of this invisible tape and I just tear off little pieces, because if your books are going to be handled quite a bit, that thread just might start cutting through your paper, because we don't have any chipboard on this. Remember, we're just making this out of one sheet of 12 by 12. And when you use the invisible tape, it just disappears. And what we've done is protected the edges of our spine where the thread's going to wrap around. Are you with me? And you burnish it down, you can't even see that it's on there. You could